Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm really excited about today's video because I'm going to film a realistic makeup collection video. Now I'm filming this video on Tag Tuesday, or I'm uploading this video on Tag Tuesday, but this is not really a tag. But the reason I'm going to include this to my Tag Tuesday series is that I have seen other people to do this kind of videos. So Georgia Harris and Lacie from Spooky Lips and Fat Hips did this kind of video as collab together. Then Christina Chang did this kind of video, and also I saw a video from Monica from Map Beauty to do this kind of video. I found this idea super interesting and wanted to do this kind of video myself, and I was thinking about what realistic makeup collection would really mean to me, because I am somebody who really much does love makeup and I don't see that going away. Maybe my everyday makeup routine would be more simple, easier, but I think makeup would still be for me kind of like a way to express myself. I try to think like, if I still loved makeup but didn't do YouTube, what would I really keep? Okay, so let's start with face makeup, and I do have here first one primer, so I would really need only one primer, and that is actually my current goal, to have only one primer in my collection, something that is smoothing and pore filling. Currently I do have this Urban Decay Optical Illusion primer, but probably during winter, if I finished this one, I could purchase something a little bit more hydrating but still smoothing. Okay, so if I had a realistic makeup collection, and even like today, my goal is to have only two foundations. Now I need to still consider that my skin tone is not the same during winter and during summer. I think I would need to have a white mixer. I do have currently this one from Catrice, but they don't have it anymore. So I am planning to get the HD foundation from LA Girl in the white shade, and then I would want to have one natural foundation and one full coverage foundation, and that is what I'm aiming for right now. So my current everyday foundation is this Weaker Icon Luminous Nude Light Foundation. This one is the lightest shade, it's the shade number 1, and it is still too dark for my skin, so I need the white mixer with this one. But I don't think my everyday foundation needs to be this one specifically. It could be a BB cream too, or a CC cream. I do think this is a beautiful everyday foundation. It's really glowy and beautiful. It has a decent coverage, like medium I would say, but I could try something else too. Then I would want to have one more full coverage foundation that I would wear on super long days, or if I'm going out. So my favorite is this Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I absolutely love this, and even if I never filmed, I still would want to have this foundation in my collection. Even though it is full coverage and really long wearing, it is actually really lightweight and not cakey, but it can be a little bit trying if you have dry skin. I picked two concealers, so my two Holy Grail concealers. So the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is my Holy Grail concealer on my under eyes because the coverage is so high. This one is quite hard for me to get. Like, the only place where I can get it from is the Tarte website, and then I need to worry about the customs and everything. So this is something that I only want to wear on my under eyes, because that place is the only place where I feel I really need this. However, I would want to have this Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is something that I like to use to highlight the high points of my face or cover up pimples or whatever. If I didn't do beauty YouTube, I don't know if I really wanted to have like a separate under eye setting powder. I think I would just set my under eye with the same powder that I'm using to set my face. So I would keep only one setting powder, and it must be this NYX HD Studio Finishing Powder. This one is just the best powder in my opinion. It's really affordable, it makes my face so smooth. Maybe I would also keep like a more illuminating setting powder, because this powder is making my face matte, and I do like it, but I must say that I absolutely do love this Milani powder. So this is their Prep Set Plus Glow powder, and this is the most beautiful illuminating powder. It's not necessarily a finish I can pull off now during summer because my skin tends to get a little bit oilier, but during winter I loved this powder. And I think that I would still keep this theBalm Sexy Mama powder so that I could touch up during today, but to be honest I don't really need to do that often anymore. We'll see now that the summer comes, maybe I will need to touch up. Anyways, there is a small mirror here if I need it on the go. I was a little bit kind of like on hands about this one, so the Urban Decay All Nighter. It would really be a special occasion product, and I think that anyways I need to go more towards that direction because this one does have alcohol denat in it as I believe second ingredient. However, I would love to have one kind of like multitasking everyday spray. I do have currently this one from Catherine's. It's their Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. This one I haven't used a lot, but it's something that I can use to either set my face. It gives just kind of like a little bit of fresher look to my skin, takes away the powderiness, and also it's something that can be used to wet eyeshadows. And also what's important for me with this one is that it's a small bottle, so I can easily take it with me to work, so I can spray my face with it if I want to get a little bit more hydration. I find that in work my skin can get like a little bit dry-ish because the air conditioning is quite high there. Okay, so let's talk about cheek products next. I would keep two bronzers. So first, a matte bronzer that I can use to contour with. I would keep the theBalm Bahama Mama bronzer, and I have actually bronzed and contoured my face today with this one. I actually do really like this. I think the undertone of this is like perfect. I also love the formula. It's really blendable. I have heard many people who are pale to say that this is too deep for them. It's also not my first pick when I am at my palest. So I would actually keep one more bronzer. So the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, mine is empty, and I am so glad that I learned just really recently that this product actually is vegan. So I was under an impression that it's not vegan, but it actually is, and I'm so happy. Because this one, the shade Bronzed, is my perfect bronzer shade. It works for me when I am at my palest, that is the most of the year. I can build it up if I want to, but then if I wanted to have even a little bit more deeper bronze, I could bronze with the theBalm Bahama Mama. But yeah, I absolutely love this the butter bronzer because there is a slight sheen in it, but it's still not like shimmery. Okay, so now we are getting to the harder part. So complexion products that I was talking about first, and then bronzer and contour is something that if I have the one that works for me, I don't need that many options. But blush was a little bit different because it's something that kind of gives color to my makeup. I am really specific about my blush matching the rest of my makeup or then being neutral, and my blush needs to be like perfect. I decided to go with 5 blushes here. 2 of them are colorful and 3 of them are neutral. Let's start with the colorful blushes. So I would want to keep one peachy type of blush. So I picked this Catrice blush box in the shade Golden Coral. It's like almost matte, but there is just a little sheen in it. I think it's really beautiful and perfect if I want to go for a peachy cheek look. Pink blush is not my favorite, but there are days when I want to do that. The perfect pink blush that I have that I would keep is actually in a blush palette, but I would get rid of the rest of the palette and keep only this one. So this is the shade Honest from the Pure 4-in-1 blush book, and I absolutely do love the tone of this one. It is a little bit warmer pink, and I love how there is this light side and there is this deeper side if I like wanted to go more berry with my blush, but I think that for the most part I would stick to the lighter side. And this is just perfect because it is a little bit warmer, so I think it goes better with my personal undertones. Then I would keep 3 neutral blushes. So first the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in Mood Exposure. And this one is like a little bit more cooler toned, kind of like mauve neutral. It's something that goes for me with plummy looks, with mauve looks, and with neutral looks if I just want my blush to be kind of like a little bit more on the cooler neutral shade. Then the blush that I'm wearing today that I would like to keep is this e.l.f. Baked Blush in Rich Rose. If I really had to keep like only one blush from my collection, which thankfully does never happen because I wouldn't want to do with only one, but if I really had to, I would keep this one. So I'm wearing it today. I absolutely love it because it's a beautiful glowy blush. There is a little bit of glitter there, but I don't mind it. I think it's beautiful. It's like this brownish, rosy, beautiful, stunning blush. And then I would want to keep one more blush, however I don't have that currently in my collection. So I would love to have one little bit more warmer neutral brown blush. The only blush kind of like that in my collection currently is this Milani Baked Blush in Bellissimo Bronze, but this one is too warm and too orangey. I had the Essence Silky Touch Plus in the shade Natural Beauty, and that one was perfect, but I used up the entire thing, and that one is now discontinued. I probably would have repurchased it if it is vegan. By the way, not everything I'm mentioning today is vegan, but of course if I would repurchase the product, I would pick an option that is vegan. Anyways, I think that the shade Rose Dioro from the Milani Baked Blush line would be my perfect warm brownish but not orange blush. I can actually show you a picture of it if I can find one. Okay, then let's talk about highlighter. I would keep 4 highlighters. I was actually about to keep kind of like 5 highlighters, but then I decided that I don't need one. Like, I was thinking that I would want to have a stark white highlighter, but honestly, I don't think I really would need that and use that so often, but I would keep 4. First, theBalm Mary-Lou Manizer. This is like a warmer champagne color highlighter. Mine is almost gone, and if I really had to keep only one, I would probably keep this. It's also what I'm wearing today. It's just this beautiful golden champagne. I do have in this Tarte palette. I would probably keep the entire palette, at least for now. I do have here the rest of my highlighters as singles. Well, first, I do have here from the Weak Hair Icon in Love Glow palette 2 shades. I do have a matte shade that I like to use to set my eyeshadow primers, but that Weak Hair Icon palette is like a trio, and there is this set Glow that is my perfect cooler toned champagne highlighter, and because of this highlighter I wouldn't need to keep a white highlighter because this one is more cool toned, but it is not quite as stark as just white. Then I would want to keep something pink, rose gold, something like that. So I think the one that I would keep is the Ofra highlighter in Blissful. This is more like rose goldy, and when I swatch it, it looks like a little bit deep, but then when I put it to my face, it just looks like pink. And even though it's basically the same depth as my skin tone, I can pull it off even when I am at my palest because it's so blinding. And also I would keep a gold highlighter, and that would be Rodeo Dry from Ofra. This is just the most beautiful gold highlighter I have ever seen. Okay, so that was all for the face, so let's move to the eye stuff, and let's start with everything else but eyeshadow. And all of the other stuff than eyeshadow is really kind of like similar for me than base makeup. I don't need a lot of options, I only need the one thing that really works. Let's first start with brows. So I do have here 2 brow products, and this first one is actually kind of like a 2-in-1 product. So this is the Pixi Natural Brow Duo. This is the best brow product ever. I actually have done my brows with this today. I'm sorry the lighting went all yellow again. It's the typical Finnish summer weather, so sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's not. But this one is so good. There is this angled brow pencil, and then there is a gel in the other side, and I have actually promised to film a brow routine video, so I'm going to do it with this product because I always get perfect brows with this one, and it doesn't even take more than a couple of minutes to do them. It's so much quicker than any other brow product I have ever used. But I would also keep a brow powder. I do have currently this one from Essence. I don't think my brow powder necessarily would need to be this one, but the thing is that in eyeshadow palettes the browns tend to be too warm for me. Then I would only keep one eyeshadow primer. I do have currently this one from Wet n Wild, and I'm sure you already know that they are no longer cruelty free, so this is not what I would repurchase. I actually think that I'm going to buy the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion when this one is gone, but I'm so slow with eye primer. Honestly, they take way over a year for me to finish them, so this will be hanging around for a while. Then let's talk about eyeliners. So I would need one black liquid eyeliner. So this one is the Essence Superfine Eyeliner Pen. I actually haven't opened this yet. The one that I'm currently using is from Bare Minerals, but if I went realistic with my collection, and anyways, now that I'm trying to be smarter with my money, I'm not going to spend my money to high-end liquid eyeliners anymore. And then I would want to have two eyeliner pencils. I absolutely love these from Gosh, and I do have only one here now. So this is the Gosh Velvet Touch eyeliner in black ink, and I would also want to have the shade Truly Brown, and I actually bought it, but I haven't gotten it yet. But the thing is that sometimes I don't want to do like a liquid eyeliner, and I just want to do like a really thin, little bit more smudgy line to my lash line. And I find that sometimes I want to go with black, and also I could use this on my waterline. And then sometimes I want to go with brown because it's more softer look. And then I do have here one waterline pencil. So I do have the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Call Eye Cheat pencil. Now I don't know if I would really buy this again, maybe because I think this is really good. I'm wearing it today on my waterline. Nude waterline is my favorite thing. Sometimes I do wear black, and while I don't think this Gosh one is ideal, like it doesn't glide on like a dream, but it still works and I don't wear it that often, so I could do with this one. But nude waterline pencil is actually something that I really would need, and it is an everyday thing for me. Then let's talk about eyelashes, and I do have two options here. So the first option is what I'm kind of like having currently. So a mascara. I buy the cheapest one from Catrice because it is good. And then I would want to have kind of like everyday lashes, and then just a little bit more glam lashes. So my everyday lashes are the Ardell Demi Wispies. I buy these multi-packs because I go through them so quickly. And then the Eyelure 3-dimensional number 111 lashes are my favorite glam lashes. They are actually what I'm wearing today. They are beautiful, glamorous, but they are not like too intense and dramatic. I also do have one more dramatic pair of lashes, but honestly I don't think that I would really use them. Like those are something I only wear for filming. And then I would of course need my House of Lash lash glue. Now I do have a second option for lashes, so lash extensions. I have had lash extensions once and I didn't like them for a couple of reasons. First of all, when I'm doing my makeup, I think they were in a way. Like I had hard time doing precise eyeshadow application or precise eyeliner when I had the extensions. Also, I sometimes want to be quite dramatic with my lashes, and I just think the lash extensions weren't enough. However, if I really went realistic with my collection, I don't think I would kind of like do that dramatic like eyeshadow looks that often. So I think that even if the lash extensions are not like kind of like dramatic enough for me, like in every look, I think in everyday wear they would be something that would kind of like make my makeup routine quicker. Especially if my job was something where I had to wake up early every morning, I think I actually would take the lash extensions. But currently I do a lot of evening shifts. Yes, I do mornings sometimes, then I usually don't do anything to my eyes, not even mascara. But when I do go to evening shifts, I do wear false lashes. But I think if I went early every morning, I would actually take the extensions. So, okay, so let's move on. So we only have like a really fun stuff left. So eyeshadows, lip products, and then I do have some nail polishes and perfumes in the very end. But let's move to eyeshadow. I don't really know what is like a realistic amount of eyeshadow. I mean, I guess it depends. Before I really got into makeup, I never did any eyeshadow, but then some people who are just like everyday women but not like super much into makeup still own a couple of palettes. I decided to narrow my realistic eyeshadow palette collection down to 5 palettes. The overall color story, I must say, is quite neutral. So one thing is that if I didn't film beauty videos, I would probably never do colorful eye looks. I just don't really ever feel like doing them. Like if I want to be kind of like bold or playful with my makeup, I rather do bold lips than something colorful on my eyes. So most of the eyeshadow picks that I'm going to show today are more neutral. First, I need to give an honorable mention to a palette that I would keep if I really had to narrow down my eyeshadow palette collection to only one. So I would keep the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. However, this palette is now not included to my 5 palettes because although I do think this is great quality, the ones that I picked are even better, and all of these eyeshadow colors I have in other palettes, except maybe for this pink that I don't like anyways. And also, I think if I went more realistic with my collection, I wouldn't like packaging that is this big. And also there is a lot of highlighters here that I really wouldn't use, like this lavender and this deeper too. Okay, so the first palette here is the Seattle London Olivia Palermo palette, and this is like a rose goldy plum eyeshadow palette. I honestly think this is one of the most underrated palettes. Like nobody ever talks about this. Nobody ever talks about Seattle eyeshadows. This is the only palette I have from them, but this is just like amazing. This is so good quality in my opinion, and I absolutely do love the color story. So the main reason I would keep this palette would be this rose gold and this plummy shades, but also I must say that the gold in this palette is beautiful, and I think gold on lid would be what I would do the most if I had a realistic makeup collection. The next palette I would keep is this Juvia's Place Original Nubian palette, and this is like a really warm neutral palette, and I think this is for me the best warm neutral palette. I know that for almost everyone else it is the ABH Modern Renaissance, which I have too, but I would keep this one instead because this one has more shimmery eyeshadows, and I do love shimmer on lid. And also in Modern Renaissance there is like pink eyeshadows that I really don't need. So yeah, this I think is perfect. I love how there is like this peachy eyeshadow. This would be the only peach in my collection. Then there is this beautiful golds, some reddish shades, and some beautiful browns. Then another palette from Juvia's Place that I would keep is this the Nubian 2 palette, and this palette would be my pop of color palette. I know many people say that this is just like a neutral palette with pop of color. I guess it is, but I think this one really has all the colors that I would personally need. There is this beautiful deeper blue. This kind of color I like to wear on my lower lash line once in a while with a golden lid. And then there is this beautiful green, which I think looks good on my brown eyes. Okay, then I would keep one neutral all matte eyeshadow palette. The one that I would keep is this Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour palette. Now, I am not currently supporting this brand, but I cannot deny it that this is the best all matte palette that is done, in my opinion. This is the older version. Now, when you buy it, it is vegan. And this one is unfortunately not, so I don't know how the formula right now compares to this older formula, but this is so good. It's so pigmented, but I find that still it is easy to work with, and this really has all the colors that I would need. If there is a matte that is missing from another palette that I chose, the matte certainly is over here. And then I would keep one more palette. So I would want to keep something more cool toned. That palette for me would be the Urban Decay Naked Smoky, and I'm actually wearing this palette today, but I am wearing from this palette like one of the warmer looks you can do. So I'm wearing this gold eyeshadow all over my lid and then this mattes over here. But yeah, this is like a cooler toned smoky palette with couple of pops of warmth in it, I guess. But I think this is a beautiful palette, and I actually like those smoky looks on myself once in a while, and I think that is something I would do especially on winters. Okay, I do have in this basket all of my lip product picks. Now I don't know what really is like a realistic amount of lip products. I think it all comes down to preference. As I told you before I really got into makeup, I didn't even do eyeshadow, but I always had a red lipstick. I think that is for me more natural to think lips first and eyes after that. For example, today I have done it. Like I knew I want to do this red lipstick and I knew I want to do like a neutral golden eye with it. But I decided the lipstick first. And that is just the way I think, and I do love bold lipstick. I narrowed down my lipsticks to 10, lip glosses to 3, and then I do have here some lip liners to wear with the lipsticks. If I really had to, I could probably do with 2 lipsticks. So the perfect nude and the perfect red. But I wouldn't want to have only those 2. But I'm going to show you the perfect nude and the perfect red first, because those I feel are really like staples for me. So my perfect nude is this Too Faced Natural Nude lipstick in Birthday Suite. This is like a really classic beigey pinky nude, and the thing with this one is that I love is that it's not like too pale, so I feel it's something I can pull off easily. My perfect red lipstick is this Jeffree Star Lip Ammunition in Redrum, and this is what I'm wearing today. Before I had this lipstick, I had from NYX their matte lipstick in Perfect Red, but I had to toss it because I lost the, what is this? Is it cap? So it expired, so I had to throw it away. And I was looking for a vegan tube because the NYX one is not vegan. So I found this one and it is just perfect. So even though this lipstick is my perfect red shade, I love to wear a little bit deeper, warmer brick red lipstick on fall time and on winter. So that is what I chose too. So this is the NYX matte lipstick in Alabama. Now this one is not vegan, and I have been thinking about a vegan alternative. So when I will finish this one, I think the Unicorn Blood shade from Jeffree Star is something I might check out, but we'll see, there is still plenty of product here. Then I chose this So Susan liquid lipstick in the shade Pumpkin. This is like a light warm brown shade. I don't know if this is something that I really couldn't live without, but this is something I really much love to wear on fall, on everyday wear. And a lipstick I for sure would want to keep is this theBalm Meet Matthews liquid lipstick in the shade Charming. I think this is like a rosy, neutral, little bit deeper shade. I think this is absolutely beautiful. This has been one of my favorite liquid lipsticks forever. I am not really a pink lipstick wearer, and I don't really have that many pink lipsticks anymore in my collection. But if I'm feeling a little bit more pinky, I think what is the most flattering color on me is kind of like a dusty rose type of shade. Now the only lipstick in that kind of shade that I think is like the perfect dusty rose for me that I have is this Lord & Berry lipstick in the shade Intimacy. When I do finish this up, I need to find a replacement. I don't think this one is vegan, I'm not completely sure. Then I really wanted to pick like a fun, flirty summer lipstick. So I decided to go with theBalm Meet Matthews lipstick in the shade Honest, and this is a beautiful coral shade. I love this because this is more like an orangey coral and not that much pinky coral, because I don't think that pinky corals really flatter me that well. Then I would keep this Revolution Renaissance lipstick, and this is in the shade Luxe, and it is like the perfect 90s brown. I just absolutely love this kind of lipstick. I think it looks so cool on fall time. Then I do have two vampy picks here. I probably could have gone with only one, but I really didn't want to. So first is this NYX Simply Vamp lip cream in the shade Covet, and this is absolutely beautiful. It's like a burgundy metallic shade, probably my favorite vampy shade. I don't think it goes with as many looks maybe as my other vampy pick, but I think it's so unique, so beautiful, and I always feel so cool when I'm wearing this. And then I would want to keep a classic vampy lipstick. The one that I do have currently in my collection is the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Exorcism, but I would replace this with something else when I have finished this. But this is more classic, kind of like cool toned vampy lip. I do have here some lip liners, and these I'm not going to swatch, I'm just quickly going to go through them. So the Jeffree Star lip liner in Celebrity Skin, this is kind of like my perfect nude lip liner. I must say I'm not the biggest fan of the packaging, but this formula is probably the best lip liner formula I have tried. The Gosh one is good too, and the BH Cosmetics one, but that Jeffree Star one is even a little bit more creamier, but when it dries, it stays on. But the Gosh one and the BH one, they are creamy too, and when they dry, they don't smudge at all. So I do have here one from BH. This is the shade Rouge, and it is the vampy liner that I would keep. Then from Gosh, I would keep Simply Red, and this is like a bright red that I'm wearing today with this lipstick. Then from Gosh, I would keep the shade Flirty Orange. This one goes with the Balm Coral color lipstick. Then from Gosh, I do have the shade Rising, and this is a brown. And finally, I do have from Lord & Berry their Romantic Rose lip liner, and this one goes with the Lord & Berry lipstick in Intimacy. I don't think this is vegan, so I would replace it with something else when it's finished. Then I would keep 3 lip glosses. Now, one of the lip glosses that I would want, I don't have currently. I had it, but it expired, so I had to toss it, but I'm for sure going to repurchase it after my Nova year. So I'm talking about theBalm Read My Lips lip gloss in the shade Grr. I can show you a picture from it. So it is this kind of like My Lips but better neutral lip gloss. It's quite sheer, it goes with everything, and it's so easy. But I do have here 2 more lip glosses. So a peachy lip gloss that has shimmer in it. I do have currently the opal shade from Pacifica, but I don't think I would repurchase this. I would keep this for now, but then maybe try to find something with a little bit more depth to it. And then I would keep this pink lip gloss from Evelyn Iona. This one is not vegan, but I do have there a lot of products, so I could do with it a long time. I believe this set is called Susan, and it is absolutely beautiful, warmer pink. And about this depth, I would love my Coral Peachy lip gloss to be too, but I just haven't found the perfect one, and obviously now that it's my Nova year, I'm not even looking for it. So these would be my lip picks. I mean, yes, the lipsticks are bold for the most part, but then the lip glosses, all the 3 lip glosses that I would keep, would be more neutral and something very easy to wear. Okay, this video is probably super long already, but I'm still going to go through the nail polishes really quickly. I narrowed them down to 8 nail polishes. So first one would be like a light, shimmery, kind of like My Nails but better type of shade. I don't have that currently in my collection, but I would really want to have the Piece of Cake shade from Color Club, I believe. I can show you a picture of it now. Then another nude that I would really want to have is this kind of beigey neutral nude. This is the shade Dairy Nude from the Essence the Gel Nail Polish line. Then another the Essence the Gel Nail Polish I would keep for now is this golden glitter shade called On Air. This is almost empty, but I would really want to have a golden glitter nail polish that I could maybe put to my ring finger. Then I would keep from Berry M their Molten Metal Nail Paint in Pink Ice. It is actually really similar to what I'm wearing today, except it is not as foiled looking. This is more like a sheer glittery rose gold, not that much pink, but it is really beautiful. Then I would keep from Catrice their Iconnails nail polish in the shade Good Nails Only, and this is like a beautiful warm copper. And from Catrice, I think I would keep this nail polish from their brown collection. Now this was limited edition and it's no longer available. This shade is called Unmistakable Style and it is an absolutely stunning kind of like shimmery brown. Then I would keep a Perfect Red nail polish. Now this one is also from Catrice and it is from their Iconnails line, and this is the shade 3 Caught on the Red Carpet. This is a little bit deeper red, but I think I would keep this one because I just think this one kind of like goes better with everything than something super bright red. And then finally I could not live without a black nail polish. The one that I do have currently in my collection is from England and it is the shade Camelot. Then I'm really quickly going to show you my 3 perfume picks. I think I would be totally good with these 3. First is the Body Shop Vanilla perfume, and yeah, this is just like really classic soft vanilla perfume, something really everyday appropriate. Then I would keep from Boho their Goa perfume. This is my holy grail perfume ever. It's so good. It's so warm and rich and sweet. I love it. Unfortunately, this one is discontinued and I'm a little bit worried because I do have only that much left. It's just my luck that when I do find a good, cruelty-free and vegan staple product that I really love, then it gets discontinued. But anyways, that Boho perfume is something I like to wear during summer and fall time. Then I would keep one darker, kind of like heavier perfume. So I would keep this Rihanna perfume that I'm trying to pan. These kind of perfumes I like to wear on fall time, on winter time, on special occasions. I'm not completely sure if this one is cruelty free or not, but I would still want to finish this one and then buy, like from the Body Shop for example, their Black Musk perfume. I don't think all of the Body Shop musk perfumes are vegan, but you can read from their websites which are. I think the heavier ones are. I have smelled them and those could be something that I could consider after I have finished this one. That was my realistic makeup collection. I don't know how realistic this really was. I think for me this would be really realistic, something that I could really easily go with if I didn't film, if I didn't need to experiment that much with makeup, and I think I would be totally happy with these products. I would still have so many different options that I could do. That was really everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you in my next one. Bye bye!